Something strange is happening to a lot of men right now. They can watch porn and feel instant arousal. But when they're with their real woman, their wives, their girlfriends, something feels off. The excitement just isn't the same. The spark isn't there. Sometimes they can't even perform, and it scares the hell out of them. So they start asking questions like, why am I not attracted to my wife anymore? Why do I need porn to get turned on? Why can't I stay aroused during sex? And the worst starts creeping in. What's wrong with me? But here's the truth most men don't realize. You're not broken. Your brain has just been trained. Today, I want to explain something every man needs to understand. Porn just doesn't affect your habits. Porn rewires your attraction. If you don't understand how this works, real women can start to feel boring. But the good news is this damage can be reversed. Guys, welcome to the Rebuilt Man podcast. My name is Coach Frank Rich, host and founder here. And it's been our mission for the last 6 years to help men just like you, those caught up in the depths of pornography addiction, take back control, reclaim their identity, rebuild their lives, and step into a life of absolute freedom. If you're new to the podcast, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to turn those post notifications on. But I see this question all the time. Men asking online, emailing me privately, asking inside our community. They say things, Frank, like, why am I losing my attraction to my wife? Why does porn turn me on instantly, but sex just doesn't? Why do I struggle to perform now? And what's interesting is these men usually assume the problem is something like low testosterone, a relationship issue, or maybe they just lost interest in their partner. But most of the time, that's not the real problem. The real problem is porn has slowly been training their brains to want something completely different than real intimacy. And to understand why this happens, we need to look and start with brain chemistry. Your brain runs on dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical that drives motivation, pleasure, and desire. And when it comes to stimulation, porn is a super normal stimulus, meaning it delivers an unnatural large dopamine spike compared to normal experiences, even compared to real sex. Every time a man opens up porn, his brain gets hit with massive dopamine surges. But here's the catch. Your brain doesn't like being overstimulated forever. So over time, it protects itself. It starts turning down the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors. Think of it like lowering the volume on a speaker that's been playing too loud. The result is the things that used to feel exciting start to feel normal. And those things that used to feel pleasurable start to feel dull. And that even includes real intimacy. So it's not that real women suddenly become boring. It's that your brain has been overstimulated. Now, here's where porn creates a second problem. Porn gives you something real life can't. Infinite novelty. With porn, you can click and instantly change the woman, the scenario, the intensity, the fantasy. You can go from one stimulus to the next in just seconds. Now, your brain loves novelty. Every time it sees something new, dopamine spikes again. So porn becomes this endless loop of new face, new body, new situation, new excitement. But real relationships don't work like that. Real intimacy includes familiarity, connection, comfort. And over time, your brain, if it's been trained by porn, starts comparing the stability to the endless novelty that it gets online. And the brain starts thinking, this feels less exciting. Not because your partner changed, but because your brain was conditioned to expect constant novelty. Now, there's actually a biological principle behind this called the Coolidge effect. It's a phenomenon observed in all mammals. When a male is exposed to a new potential partner, sexual interest spikes again. Nature designed this to support reproduction, but porn takes advantage of this system. Every click is a new partner. Every video is a new stimulus. Your brain thinks it's encouraging endless new mating opportunities. So dopamine keeps spiking, but in real life, you're with the same woman, the woman you love, the woman you chose. But your brain has been conditioned to expect something completely different, endless novelty. So the attraction system starts malfunctioning. Again, not because the woman changed, but because the brain has been hijacked. And this is where a lot of men start experiencing something that terrifies them, porn-induced erectile dysfunction. I've spoken to thousands of men who have experienced this. They can get aroused watching porn, but when they're with a real woman, their body doesn't respond the same way. They start thinking something is seriously wrong with them. They assume my testosterone must be low. Maybe I have medical problems, but many times the issue is neurological. Your brain has been trained to respond to screens, extreme novelty, rapid stimulation, but real intimacy requires something different: presence, connections, and patience. And if the brain has been conditioned for high-speed digital stimulation, it struggles to respond in real life. Now, here's the good news. The brain is incredibly adapted or adaptable. This concept is called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can change through experience. It can heal. It can rewire. When men remove porn from their lives, something amazing starts happening. The dopamine system begins recovering. Their sensitivity comes back online. Their attraction to real women returns. Their performance improves. We see this inside the Rebuilt Man Brotherhood all the time. Men who thought something was permanently broken, realizing their brain just needed time to reset. Because the truth is, your brain was never designed for porn. It was designed for connection. Now, here's something important. You can't just remove porn and expect everything to magically change overnight. Recovery requires rewiring your lifestyle. That's exactly what we help men do inside the Reboot Your Life program. We focus on things like rebuilding discipline, resetting dopamine through healthier habits, restoring masculine identity, and strengthening real relationships. And most importantly, becoming the man who no longer needs to escape. Because when your identity changes, your desires change too. If real intimacy has started feeling dull, if you're struggling with attraction, if you're experiencing performance issues, you are not broken. Your brain has just been trained by something it was never meant to handle. But the beautiful thing about the brain is that it can be retrained, and that process can start today. If you're ready to start that process, I want to extend an invitation for you to join us inside the free 7-day porn reset. This is where thousands of men have started their journey toward rebuilding control over their mind, their relationships, and their lives. You can get started for free right now at therebuiltman.com/7-day reset. Once again, that's www.therebuiltman.com/7-day reset, or click the link down there in the show notes below. But take the first step today. Your brain will thank you. And the people that you love the most, they will too. Visit therebuiltman.com/7-day reset, and we'll see you on the inside.